विव सम्पृक्तौ वागर्थप्रतिपत्तये जगतः पितरौ वन्दे पार्वती परमेश्वरौ मूषिकवाहनमोदकहस्ता चामरकर्णविलम्बितसूत्रा वामनरूपमहेश्वरपुत्रा विघ्नविनायकपादनमस्ते। नमः सर्वेभ्यः। एषा मम अन्तिमा कक्षा भवति। अस्मिन् अवसरे अहं साई संस्कृतपाठशालायां कृतज्ञा अस्मि। राजलक्ष्मी भगिन्यै, राजराजेश्वरी भगिन्यै, सविता भगिन्यै च बहु धन्यवादः। मम पाठनं भवद्भ्यः सर्वेषां कृते उपयुक्तः अभवत् इति मम आशा। I hope my teaching was helpful to you. Natvam Chandasya.
Very helpful, Bhagini.
Natvam Chandas. Mute Bhavantu. Just let me thank and then you can talk, okay? Natvam Chandas Raghuvamshasya Anvayarachana. Etan Vishayan Samyak Avagantavataha. Ityapi Chintayami Bhavayami. I hope you have understood everything properly. And yat kimapi janami tat पाठयितुं मया प्रयत्नः कृतः. I have tried my level best. I keep telling ahamapi chatra eva. Maya doshaः कृताः. I accept. अतः मम दोषान् भवन्तः क्षमत्वं, because I have made mistakes. I know. Please forgive my mistakes. And I've tried to teach whatever little I know. सम्यक् पठन्तु सर्वे. परीक्षायाः अनन्तरं भवन्तः अपि पाठयन्तु. संस्कृतभाषायाः सेवां कुर्वन्तु. सर्वदा शिक्षमाणाः भवन्तु. Keep learning. There is no end to learning. And संस्कृताभ्यासं सदा कुर्वन्तु. सन्देहाः शङ्काः सन्ति चेत् गणमध्ये प्रेषयतु. I know when you are revising, you will get a lot of doubts. Okay, you would have understood at one point in time, but then when you are revising, you will get doubts. So don't hesitate. We are there for you. Now that the group has been given access to everybody, make use of it properly. Discuss doubts and question papers, but let it remain relevant to Kovida. Okay. Having said that, I am wishing you all the best for your exams. परीक्षायाः कृते सम्यक् पठन्तु. सर्वेभ्यः शुभकामनाः.
धन्यवादः महोदय. धन्यवादः
महोदय.
धन्यवादः.
Really well.
You have been teaching us. You should also bless us.
Blessings? No blessings. I can only, probably you're all. I don't know if I'm capable or worthy enough of blessing you people. But yes, I'll give you my best wishes, definitely.
धन्यवाद महोदय.
धन्यवाद.
I'll be listening. I'll be hearing your voice. I'll be imagining that I'm in your class. Every time when I read the voice you have a very pleasant voice. I'll be enjoying that. And I'll be remembering.
She has a very majestic voice.
Yeah. Very nice voice.
What I like in you, madam. What I like in you.
Actually,
Everything
will be
is good.
remembering and will be recalling while reading.
What I like.
I request all of you to go through Raghuvamsha. That was a thing. I'm sure whoever. I also thank the people who took up a shloka and did it. I'm sure those who did shloka have enjoyed Raghuvamsham at least 1% more than who haven't, because when you research, when you try to understand more, I'm sure it would have intrigued you to do the whole sarga. I'm sure all of you will be waiting for the exams to be over so that you can go back and do Raghuvamsham. I bet you're all.
Yes.
You are done not only bookish, but you have gone deep into it. That's good.
Yeah, because even I had not read, but then while doing the slides, I thought, okay, it is not. It just with 24 shlokas, you will not be confident enough to say, okay, I have read second sarga of Raghuvamsham, right? Now at least that we did not go in detail, but we know the gist. We know the tatparyam of what has happened in Raghuvamsha. So you can now confidently say, yes, we have learned, or we have studied, or we have enjoyed the second sarga of Raghuvamsham. Right?
True.
Yeah.
True. It's true, actually.
Madam, I have one request.
Sure.
At the end of your lecture today, if you can guide us on how we can continue further studies of Sanskrit. Okay,
I can
just a few
definitely
words.
show. Mahodaya,
Yeah,
actually,
okay.
I finished Kovida like what, 10 months back. Last February, I wrote. So, honestly speaking, I have not persuaded much. Now, I was not. You can go to do your masters, because once you complete Kovida, you are eligible to do your masters. Many friends of mine have gone in that direction. They are doing masters in Sanskrit, MA, and they've taken up various things. Then also, what I am doing right now is doing some courses on Vyoma, Panini thing and all. Uh, or you can, there is a parallel thing with, which is that
Ashtadhyayi.
very thing. So that is of a higher standard, so to say, when compared to this.
Gita Sopanam we can do.
Gita Sopana you can do. That is there with Tamil Nadu as well as this. Tamil
Tamil
Nadu,
Nadu only.
they conduct classes very well. We have it in
Even in
Karnataka also.
Maharashtra.
Yeah, then that is also one option.
That's
Then
good
What's
option.
the
online
other
class
place you
for
are telling me?
one
Madam,
at a time, please.
have
One
you
at a
got
time.
online class for Gita Sapana?
Gitas, I believe in Tamil Nadu they have online class, but in Karnataka, Bangalore it was offline. That is why I missed out. Anyway, you can find out. You could call.
They conduct it in Karnataka also online and offline. I
That was
checked
there,
with
but last
Sanskrit
time when
Bharati.
I asked, it was only offline. Last time when
Yeah,
I wanted to enroll, it was offline, so I just hesitated because maybe not always it is possible. And there is one, as I told you, parallel thing happening with Sringeri, which is of a higher standard compared
Yes,
to
standard.
with the Bharati. There are 5 levels. So if since you have finished Kovida, you can start off with the 3rd level. Okay, that is another option. You have a lot of options, but
You can also do some general reading also from cartoon books, this book, that book, like that.
yeah, there are so many books. Buy books and teach. Start teaching. I mean,
So
that
one
is
more
also.
thing, madam. See,
Mahodaya.
I'll tell you.
Mahodaya.
One Sanskrit
Entrance.
shloka is there. Acharyat padam adatte padam shishya pramedayat padam sab
That's my
brahmacharibhya padam
favorite.
kala kramena cha.
Yes, that is so true. That
Mahodaya.
is so. Yeah.
क्षम्यताम् एंट्रेन्स् अस्ति वा
For which?
MA?
Yes, you have to. Why don't you find out? Maybe Rajalakshmi Bhagini can guide you.
Astu.
If I get a circular, I can send it
अस्तु
across.
महोदय अस्तु धन्यवादः
Sure. Shall we come to the?
Mahodaya, some teaching about this Samskrita, Vangmayakarar and other things, letter writing, all those things, we need some guidance.
Nothing much to guide there. It is all there in the textbook. I think Namrata Bhagini has sent a write-up on that, I guess, as to how, that is like a reference material. Quick,
But it comes from
Gopali, mute
teachers,
Bhavan.
it will be better.
Sorry, mute Bhavan. Only one person should talk.
No, if it is a teaching like thing from any teacher.
No, there is nothing much teaching there. I should only say Pani wrote this. No much teaching right there. So it is not needed, we thought. It is direct reading.
Because
And
it is there for exams. So I
it
thought
is there for exams. Go through the text. By this time, you should be able to read the Kovida in Samskrita. So it's the letter writing has the pattern, right? To from address and all. What is there to teach? We all know. Just that, and they've given us samples also. It's just that they'll give you
From the
only
book
from
we have to learn by ourselves, I think.
yes,
Book.
and essay writing nobody can teach. It is your thought, your sentence formation, and your how can, and there are samples.
Bhagini Shamyata,
Ah.
one information regarding MA Sanskrit, I will tell you.
I can send you whenever I get it. Right
MA
now, I
Sanskrit,
don't have any information. Yeah.
MA Sanskrit conducted by Shastra University in Tamil Nadu.
Okay.
They don't require any
Entrance exam, is it?
certificates. Any certificates are sorry.
No, you should have finished Kovida, I guess.
Okay, along with the application, certificate should be sent. For example, Kovida, but they are not conducting any entrance for that.
Okay.
Simply we can apply with our certificate. That's
Okay,
all.
see, such information you put in the group. That will help others. Okay.
Okay, but there is some problem in the beginning. They are not conducting in Sanskrit, fully Sanskrit. They are conducting in English also. Most of the items are in English only. Only few are in Sanskrit. That is the problem. And then another now the course is going on. The next exam will be on September. Now it is for May, and they can write in September.
Okay, see, you have a WhatsApp group. Whatever information you have, regarding all this, what you could be done, put it across.
Okay, I will send it in the group.
Yes, it will help others. Instead of wishing Sankranti and all, you can do such things.
Astu Made. Amam.
Okay, chalo, let's start. Okay, now we come to the Mula Shloka 69, Shloka 24, the last Shloka, chapter 10, Shloka 3. Sanandini Stanya Maninditatma Sadvatsalo Vatsahutavashesham Papau Vasishtena Kritabhyanugnaha Shubram Yashau Murtimivati Trishnaha. Now this is the happy ending. Climax is over, now it is happy ending. So for all the hard work and all the drama that was there. So ದಿಲೀಪ ನಂದಿನಿಯ ಇಷ್ಟಾರ್ಥ ಸಿದ್ಧಿಗಾಗಿ ನಂದಿನಿ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾಳೆ ದಿಲೀಪಂಗೆ, ನಿನ್ನ ಇಷ್ಟಾರ್ಥ ಸಿದ್ಧಿಗಾಗಿ ನನ್ನ ಹಾಲನ್ನು ಕುಡಿ ಎಂದು ಕಾಡಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿದರೂ ಗುರುವಿನ ಅಪ್ಪಣೆಗಾಗಿ ದಿಲೀಪನು ಅದನ್ನು ನಯವಾಗಿ ನಿರಾಕರಿಸಿ ನಂದಿನಿಯೊಡನೆ ಆಶ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಹಿಂದಿರುಗುತ್ತಾನೆ. ಅವನ ಹರ್ಷದ ಮುಖಚಿಹ್ನೆ, ಮುಖದ ಮೇಲೆ ಅವನ ಎಷ್ಟು ಹರ್ಷ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇರತ್ತೆ, ಅದನ್ನು ನೋಡಿಯೇ ನಂದಿನಿಯ ವರಪ್ರಸಾದದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ತಿಳಿಯಿತಾದರೂ ದಿಲೀಪ ಮೊದಲಿಗೆ ಗುರುವಿಗೆ ಅನಂತರ ಪತ್ನಿಗೆ ವರಪ್ರಸಾದದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳುತ್ತಾನೆ. ಅನುಮತಿಯನ್ನು ಪಡೆದ ದಿಲೀಪನಿಗೆ ವಸಿಷ್ಠ ಅನುಮತಿಯನ್ನು ಬೇಡಿದ ದಿಲೀಪನಿಗೆ ವಸಿಷ್ಠ ಅನುಮತಿ ಕೊಡ್ತಾನೆ. ಆಯ್ತು, ನೀನು ಹಾಲು ಕುಡಿಬಹುದು ಅಂತ. ಆಗ ದಿಲೀಪ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ, ಕರುವು ಹಾಲನ್ನು ಕುಡಿದಾದ ನಂತರ ಮತ್ತೆ ಹೋಮಕ್ಕೆ ಹಾಲನ್ನು ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡಾದ ನಂತರ ಆಗ ಉಳಿದ ಹಾಲನ್ನು ಕಳಂಕರಹಿತ ಆತ್ಮವುಳ್ಳ ಅನಿಂದಿತಾತ್ಮ, ಹೋಮಕ್ಕೆ ಹಾಲನ್ನು ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡ ನಂತರ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ವತ್ಸ ಹುತ ಅವಶೇಷ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ವತ್ಸ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹಾಲು, ಕರುವು ಹಾಲನ್ನು ಕುಡಿದ ನಂತರ ಹೋಮಕ್ಕೆ ಹಾಲನ್ನು ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡ ನಂತರ ಕಳಂಕರಹಿತ ಆತ್ಮವುಳ್ಳ ಸದ್ವತ್ಸಲನಾದ ದಿಲೀಪನು ನಂದಿನಿಯ ಹಾಲನ್ನು, ಅದು ಶುಭ್ರವಾದ ಯಶಸ್ಸೇ ದೇಹ ರೂಪ ಬಂದಿದೆಯೇನೋ ಎಂಬಂತೆ ಅತಿ ದಾಹಿಯಾಗಿ ಕುಡಿದನು ಅಂತ ಈ ಶ್ಲೋಕ ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ. ದಿಲೀಪ was asked to drink the milk, right, by Nandini in the forest itself, but Dileepa chose not to do so. He first wanted to ask for his guru's permission, and then also he wanted the calf to have its share. He thought it would be very greedy of him to have that first because the first right of the milk of the mother goes to the calf, right? And then Guru's ceremonial rites. And then he thought he can have his share. And probably, this is my thought, he also wanted to share the news and with his beloved, Sudakshina. We all would have done that, because anything you success, you would want to share it with your loved ones. So probably even that internal feeling, he thought he'll go back home and take the milk. So they both go back. And Dileepa talks about it tells about the whole, narrates it about to Vasishtha and Sudakshina. Now, after having obtained his guru's permission, what does he do? He first allows the calf to have its share, and then after the milk is taken out for sacrificial rites also, Dileepa, what kind of Dileepa? Who is always affectionate towards the righteous people. Okay, Sadvatsalaha. And who is an unblemished soul, Kalanka Rahita. So he drinks Nandini's milk as if it were the embodiment of the spotless fame, his spotless reputation, as if that itself he was drinking that itself with great thirst. Having great thirst for it, he drank it. Dileepaha shariram kshiram vane na pitavan. ಆಶ್ರಮಂ ಆಗತ್ಯ ತಸ್ಯ ಗುರೋಃ ಅನುಮತಿಂ ಪ್ರಾಪ್ಯ ವತ್ಸಸ್ಯ ಪಾನಸ್ಯ ಅನಂತರಂ ಅಪಿ ಚ ಹೋಮಸ್ಯ ಅವಶೇಷಂ ಕ್ಷೀರಂ ಬಹು ತೃಷ್ಣಃ ಸನ್, being very thirsty for it, being very eager to drink that, ತದೇವ ಶುಭ್ರಃ ಯಶಃ ಇತಿ ಮತ್ವಾ ಪೀತವಾನ್. This is what the shloka says. Who will do? is the last opportunity, last shloka. So who wants to do? Satya Lakshmi.
मन्ये सः नन्दिनी स्तन्यं अत्र समस्तपदमस्ति नन्दिन्याः स्तन्यं षष्ठी तत्पुरुषसमासः स्तन्यम् अनिन्दितात्मा
सः नन्दिती स्तन्यं सः what sandhi is there?
सः विसर्गस्य लोपः सः नन्दिन्याः स्तन्यं षष्ठी तत्पुरुषसमासः अनिन्दितात्मा न निन्दितः अनिन्दितः नै तत्पुरुषसमासः अनिन्दिता आत्मा अनिन्दिता आत्मा यस्य सः अनिन्दिता आत्मा
अनिन्दितः आत्मा आत्मा is pullinga here, so अनिन्दितः आत्मा यस्य सः
अनिन्दितः आत्मा पुल्लिंग अनिन्दितः आत्मा यस्य सः सॉरी अनिन्दितात्मा बहुव्रीहि समासः समानाधिकरण बहुव्रीहिः सद्वत्सलः सत्सुवत्सलः अत्र सत्सुवत्सलः यः सः सद्वत्सलः because sadvasalah is also a visheshana for Dilipa. Satsuvasalah yaha saha sadvasalah vaktum shiknumah va bhagini.
Satsuvasalah va. What is that? What are you trying to say?
Satsuvasalah.
That means he is affectionate towards the righteous people. Satsu. Saptami is right.
Satsu. Saptami. Saptami of Sat. Sun.
Saptami Tatpurusha is right. Yeah.
Satsu Vassalaha Yaha Saha. Who is Satsu Vassala?
He likes righteous people.
Bahuvrihi Samasaha Vaktum Shiknumah Bhagini.
Satsu Vatsalaha. Since we are talking about Dilipa, you want to say that?
Satvatsalo means he likes
Satsu Vatsalaha. With Vatsalaha is a person only. So Satsu Vatsalaha. Maybe I'll see.
No, Satvatsalaha means he likes righteous people.
No, I understood the question. She's talking if it is...
No, I'm asking you, he likes righteous people. That's right.
Yes, he is affectionate or he is compassionate or he is like, supportive of such people. Now, Vadatu Bhagini, I'll tell that.
Vatsa Hutavasesham also a samasta padam Bhagini? Vatsasya Pitasya Homasya Avasesham.
Don't bring in this. See here, Vatsa and Hita. So here it is, first combine those two and then of those two, avashesham of those two.
Vatsasya Hutam
it is.
Hutasya. Tasya Hutasya Avasesham.
Vatsa and Vatsaha and hate Hutam, that is. So Vatsa Hute it becomes. Mute Bhavantu Sarve, I don't know where the Vatsaha is Pullinga. Hutam is Punapam Sakalinga. So Vatsa Hute it becomes. Of those two, avashesham of those two. Okay, now what is this? Vatsa Hutavashesham Kshiram. I mean, that is Nandini Stanyam. Okay, so don't, we are talking about the milk here. So the remnant, that is remaining milk of Vatsa and Huta. Okay, so Vatsa and Huta combined will be Vatsa Hute. Of those two remaining, Vatsa Huta Yoho, Dvivachana kalu. So Vatsa Huta Yoho Avashesham, that will be Shashti Tatpurusha, that kind of Kshiram.
Oh, okay. Vatsa Huta Yoho Avashesham Shashti Tatpurusha Samasaha. Avagatam. Papau, no sandhi. Vasistena, no sandhi. Samasa is there. Kruta.
Mother, Vatsa cha and Hutam cha is there. Vatsa hute, itaratre dvanda.
Yeah, I told that, right? Vatsaha hutam, vatsa hute.
But
Because
the dvanda it will be, no?
कृताभ्यनुज्ञः कृता अभ्यनुज्ञा यस्य सः कृताभ्यनुज्ञः बहुव्रीहिसमासः समानाधिकरणबहुव्रीहिः शुभ्रम् अनुस्वारसन्धिः यशः विसर्गस्य उत्वं मूर्तिम् इवा no sandhi is there इवातितृष्णः इव अतितृष्णः सवर्णदीर्घसन्धिः अतितृष्णः अतिशयता तृष्णा यस्य सः अतिशयिता तृष्णा यस्य सः अतितृष्णा बहुव्रीहिसमासः
अतितृष्णः
बहुव्रीहिसमासः
उत्तमं भगिनि धन्यवादः सो सः नन्दिनी स्तन्यं विसर्गस्य लोप नन्दिनी स्तन्यं कवर्ड अनिन्दितात्मा there's a typo here aninditatma na ninditaha that means there is unblemished you can say that's nai tat purusha aninditaha atman shabda atma is pullinga so aninditaha atma yasya saha bahuvrihi satvatsalah satsuvatsalah there is a jastva there also and vatsa hutavashesham vatsascha hutancha vatsahute this is dvandva वत्सहुतयोः अवशेषः वत्सहुतावशेषः तत् षष्ठी तत्पुरुष should be अवशेषम् अवशेषः तं sorry not तत् षष्ठी तत्पुरुषः so that kind of milk then huta avashesham savarna kruta abhyanugna is permission. Anugna is permission. Abhi plus anugna, abhyanugna, permission. Krita abhyanugna yena saha, that kind of dilipa. Krutabhyanugnaha. Shubram yasho. Anuswara. Yashaha murtim. Yeah, this also she covered. Ati Trishna is also covered. So, Padacheda.
Ati. Vassa hutavasesham napunsakalinggam shabdam nambhavani. That's why tatti is correct only.
Napumsika.
Napunsakalingam. Tatti is correct only. In that vigraha vakyam.
Then it is avashesham, it should have been there. Here, it should have been tesham. Right? Vatsa hutashesham tat. Dvitiya vibhakti. So there's a typo. I'll correct that one side. So
Papau assistena itukte, madam.
Papau, we will see. Papau, I'll tell you.
Papau assistena.
Okay, listen, I'll tell you. Wait. Listen to this, then ask. Saha, he, who. Then we will also, saha, aninditatma. That means he who has a pure soul, who has an unblemished soul. Aninditatma is also describing Dilipa. Sadvatsalaha, who is compassionate towards the good-natured people, who is supportive of the righteous people. Next, here, Krutabhyanugnaha. That means who has been permitted. Kruta abhyanugna. Krutabhyanugnaha. He who has been permitted. By who? By Vasishta. So Vasishtena Krutabhyanugnaha. So Vasishtena Krutabhyanugnaha is again describing Dilipa. That means he who has been permitted by Vasishta. Then what did he do? All this is Dilipa. What did he do? Vatsahutavashesham here. Nandini stanyam. So the remnant of, that means the remaining Nandini Stanyam is from the Nandini's udders, that is milk. So that kind of milk, what is it? Vatsa Tava Shesham, the remnant or the remaining portion of the calves and oblatory milk. Okay, that kind of milk which is remaining after the calf has had his drink, and after if it has been taken away for the sacrificial rites. That kind of milk he papau. Papau means drank. It is lit lakara of pa dhatu, and what else? Eva. So he drank, but then he's comparing. How did he drank? As if it is. What is the milk? Milk is being compared as if the milk is Shubram Murthim Yashaha. As if it is like the, what do you say? As if it is the fame, or the Yashaha itself has come in the form of a white, pure white. It has taken the immaculate form. The Yasha itself has taken the immaculate form. So he is drinking as if he is drinking fame, unblemished pure fame. Atitrishnaha. How is it drinking? Feeling that thirst. There's a great feeling of thirst for him in it. He's not just drinking because somebody has given him. No. While he's drinking, he's like wanting. There's a great wanting of that thing in him. He wants to drink it. There is a great feeling of thirst in that. So Atitrishnaha sun, being very thirsty for it. That is, if you see there is a sun attached to it, that is because he is drinking, feeling the thirst for it, needing the thirst for it. That is why. Okay, who wants to do the Vyakaranamsha?
Shall I do? सः दकारान्त तत्शब्दः पुल्लिङ्गः प्रथमा विभक्ति एकवचन नन्दिनी स्तन्यम् अकारान्त नन्दिनी स्तन्य शब्दः नपुंसकलिङ्गः द्वितीया विभक्ति एकवचन and अनिन्दितात्मा नकारान्त अनिन्दितात्मन् शब्दः पुल्लिङ्गः प्रथमा विभक्ति एकवचन सद्वत्सलः आकारान्त सद्वत्सल शब्दः पुल्लिङ्गः प्रथमा विभक्ति एकवचन वत्सहुतावशेषम् वत्सहुतावशेषम् then again akaranta vatsa hutavashesha shabdah napumsakalinga dvitiya vibhakti ekavachana papau is the this thing kriya pada
Litlakara pada.
Litlakara, okay. Bhutakala, okay. Litlakara.
Bhutana, Litlakara Pratama Purusha Ekavachana.
Pratama Purusha Ekavachana. Vasishtena Tritiya. Akaranta Vasishta Shabdaha Pullingaha Tritiya Vibhakti. Then Kruta Bayugnaha Kruta Vyanugnaha. Kruta Akaranta Kruta Vyanugna Shabdaha Pullingaha Pratama Vibhakti Ekavachana. Shubram akaranta shubra shabdaha napumsakalingaha dvitiya vibhakti ekavachana. Yashaha is yashas. Sakaranta yashas shabdaha napumsakalingaha dvitiya vibhakti ekavachana. Murtam is akaranta murta shabdaha napumsaka dvitiya vibhakti ekavachana. Yiva is avyayam. Atitrishnaha. Atitrishna is sakaranta atitrishna shabdaha pullingaha pratama vibhakti ekavachana.
Uttam. Dhanyavada Bhagini. So Saha, that is Bhupatihi, Dilipaha, Nandini Sthanyam, Nandinyaha Kshiram, Dhenu Kshiram, Aninditatma, Agarhita Svabhavaha. That means he who has got unblemished, faultless soul. Flawless, you can say. Sadvatsalaha. Sadhu Premi, who is a patron of good-natured beings, who supports them. Vatsa Hutavashesham, Vatsapana Havanavashesham. So the remnant of calves and oblatory milk. That means after the calf has had its milk and it has been also taken away for the Homa and Havana. Papau Pitavan, Vasishtena, Guruna, by Vasishta, Krutabhyanukna, Vihitagnaha. That means who has been permitted, who has been authorized by Vasishta. For what? To go ahead and drink the milk. Shubhram. See, that is why he came back to the ashram, right? To get his permission. So he has been given the permission. Shubhram, Dhavalam, pure, immaculate. Yashaha, Kirtihi iva, fame. Murtimatam, as if it is an incarnation of the fame. He's seeing milk as if it has taken the form of, the fame has taken the form, as if it is the pure form of fame. Ati Trishnaha, Ati Pipasa Iva. So he is being very desirous to drink that. He is not drinking just to, because he knows that by drinking, whatever he wanted, his desires would be fulfilled. So he's being very thirsty to drink that. He's very wanting to drink that. So, okay, so what is it? Dilipaha, what kind of Dilipa? Aninditatma, who possesses an unblemished soul. Sadvatsalaha, Sadhu Premi, what did he do? And also Guruna Vihitagnaha, who is permitted by the Vasishta to go ahead. He has been given the green signal. What did he do? He Nandini Sthanyam. What kind of Nandini Sthanyam? Vatsapana Havanava Shishtam Nandi Kshiram. Vatsahutava Shesham Nandini Sthanyam Papau. What? How? Yushubram Yashaha Murtam Iva. So he drank as if it is the immaculate or the incarnation of fame. Papau, and being Atitrishnaha, son, being very desirous or to drink it, feeling very thirsty for it.
Yashaga itukte fame, Yashaga.
Yeah, yes. Okay, Vakla Vishleshanam. Kriyapadam, what is a Kriyapada?
Papau.
Pratama Vibhakta?
Saha. Aninditatma. Tadvatsalaha.
Krutabhyanugnaha. Atitrishnaha.
Uttamam. Dvitiya
Sthanyam. Vatsatavashesham.
Shubhram Yashaha
Murtam.
Tritiya
Vasishtena. Chaturthi Panchami Shashti Saptami Nasti.
Saptami Nasti.
Iva is Avyaya.
Uttam. Kriyapadam Papau. Drank. Who drank?
Kaha Papau.
Saha. So now we have all the Visheshanas. So
Kidrushaha.
पुनः कीदृशः सद्वत्सलः
पुनः कीदृशः
कृताभ्यनुज्ञः
who has been permitted. Krutabhyanuknaha, who has been permitted. Permitted by whom?
केन कृताभ्यनुज्ञः
Uttamam. Now, there is one more thing. Atitrishnaha. I told you it is being thirsty. So, how do you say that?
कीदृशः सन्
कीदृशः san papau. Atitrishnaha san. Now we got that Dilipa papau. Dilipa of all these kind papau. Now, what did he drink?
किं papau.
Nandini Stanyam. What kind of Nandini Stanyam?
कीदृशं नन्दिनी स्तन्यं
Uttamam. Vatsa Hutava. Next.
Punaha kidrusham. Because there is a shubram.
Shubram.
Shubram. Pure white. Yeah.
Shubram. Then something iti, like.
Like
Kimmiva.
Kimmiva papa.
Yashaha iti. And
Kidasha.
Yashaha.
as if Yasha, fame itself has become a
Form of
form of a concrete form of milk. It is so milk is being compared to Yashas. Okay, so Saha Aninditatma Sadvatsalaha Vasishtena Kritabhyanuknaha. All this is the Lipa. Okay, all this is the Lipa. Vatsahutavashesham Nandini Stanyam. This is talking about the milk. Shubhram Murtam Yashaha Iva Atitrishnaha San Papau. So he drank as if it is the milk coming in the form of, fame coming in the form of milk. Okay. Alankaraha.
Ekanimisha mata. Murtam means what? Murtam itukte?
It has taken the form of.
Oh, taken form.
Alankara.
Upama alankara.
Upama alankara.
Upmanava luptava.
Murtam iva atitrishna. Purna upama. Purna.
Correct. Upameyaha, you tell. Who is Upameyaha? What is Upameyaha? What is being compared?
Milk is compared.
Milk.
Nandini Stanyam.
Uttamam. It is compared to what?
Yashaha.
Upama vachakaha asti va?
Iva.
And what is the sadharana dharmam? What is being compared?
Shubram.
So both are immaculate. Even the milk is pure and white. Even his yashas is pure and white. White in the sense, not the white, but it is pure. That's what I mean. Yashas is pure. So as if his own fame is taken the form of this pure milk. So that is how he assumed that it to be that, and he drank. And somebody
1 and 3 Upendra.
1 and 3
and 4 Indra.
and 4 Indra.
Uttam.
So therefore upajatihi.
Uttam. Tatparya, somebody read English.
Madam, excuse me.
There's an echo. I can't hear anything.
Excuse me, ma'am.
What?
Ma'am, can you please explain this Murtam? Like, has taken a concrete form.
Yeah, it is taken as if the yashas, his yashas, unblemished it is. It is also pure. So milk is being compared to. He thought it is his yashas has taken the form of milk, concrete form, and it is being right in front of him like milk. He took it like that and he drank that milk. See if after the reading this Tatparya you understand. You read Bhagini.
Okay,
The Bhagini who asked the question. Can you read this?
Okay, ma'am. After obtaining the permission of sage Vasishtha, the king with the unblemished character and a patron of good-natured beings drank thirstily such milk of Nandini that was remained after calf suckling is over, and after the share of obligatory milk
oblatory. Sorry, that is oblatory. That is the milk that is sent for sacrificial rites.
Okay, obligatory milk is set apart as if it were the immaculate incarnation of his own renown in the material form.
Material form is what? Murta. Okay.
Okay, understood, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Next is the missing shloka. Whose turn is it?
It's mine, ma'am.
Will you present? This is shloka 71.
71. 71 is. महोदय एकः प्रश्नः अस्ति, पृच्छामि वा?
पृच्छतु।
अत्र वत्सहुतावशेषं तत्र अस्माभिः षष्ठी विभक्ति कृतं, तत्र पञ्चमी कर्तुं शक्यते वा?
Like how?
नाम वत्सात् तथा हुतात् अवशिष्टम् इति शक्यते वा?
वत्स हुतात् अवशेष्यम्।
नाम देवाभ्यां हुताभ्यां वत्स हुताभ्याम् इति शक्यं वा?
See, remaining remnant of. If you do it in your mother tongue, I don't know what it is. Remnant of. In English, if you say the remnant, that is the remaining portion of those two. What is those two? The milk that is remaining from calf's drinking and huta, right? So we are talking about avashesha of vatsa and hetu, huta.
In Marathi bhashayam panchami api shakyam.
Is it? That is what happens if you sometimes translate. It has happened in my mother tongue also. There will be ambiguity. Yeah. Sometimes English doesn't fit. Sometimes English fits. These are all like the bhasha maryada. You can't help it. So stick to Shashti.
Dhanyavad.
Okay. Bhagini, you are presenting, right? I'll stop sharing.
71, ma'am. No, mine is 70 at Bhagini.
70. Let her do 70 first, and then you will do 71. Okay, I'll stop sharing, Bhagini. Who is it? Devika, right?
Yeah, but I don't know how to present what I've written. I'll read from this.
What is that, a PDF file?
Yeah, I had sent you, no, Bhagini.
Okay, wait. Give me a second. I'm sorry. One second. Your name is what, Bhagini?
Devaki.
Devaki. Okay. Just 2 minutes. Drishyate va? I will mute myself. You can talk.
Okay. Namaste, Bhagini. Namaste, Sarvebhya. Till now, we have seen Raja Dilipa's devotion and sacrifice towards the worship of the sacred cow Nandini, his encounter and conversation with the lion Kumbhodara, which was an illusion created by Nandini to test him, and Nandini granting a boon to him. Now, what happened the next day is said in the upcoming shloka. Moola Pata, 70th shloka, Saptatitamaha shlokaha. Pratarhyatokta-vrataparanante prastanikam swastyenam prayujya tau dampati swam pratirajadhanim prastapayamasa vasishtaha. Padachyedaha. Pratah yatokta-vrataparanante prastanikam swastyenam prayujya tau dampati swam prati rajadhanim prastapayamasa vasishtaha. Anvayarachana. Vasishtaha Jitendriya Vasishta Munihi. It is a self-restrained one, which is Vasishta Muni. Then Prataha, Prabhate, early morning. In this case, it's the next morning. Yatokta Vrataparanante Gosevayaha Angabhutam Yad Vratam Anushtitam Tasya Paranayaha Avasane. That is, after the conclusion of the meal at the end of the prescribed vow. Prastanikam swastyenam. Prastanakalikam shubhavaham ashirvadam. That which is done at the time of departure. The benediction for the journey. That is swastyenam. Prayujya means vitirya or datva, having conferred. Tau dampati. Tau Ragni Rajanau. In this case, Sudakshina Dilipau on both of them, on the couple. Swam Rajadhanim Prati, Swakiyam Rajadhanim Ayodhyam Prati, towards their own capital. Prastapayamasa, Preshayamasa, caused them to start their journey. Anvayaha, Vashi Vasishtah, Pratah Yatoktavrataparanante, Prastanikam Swastyayanam Prayujya, Tau Dampati Swam Rajadhanim Prati Prastapayamasa. Alankaraha, Shabdalankaraha, and this that is in Prastanikam Prayujya Prati Prastapayamasa, and Vashi and Vasishtaha. Chandas, all the four are Indravajra thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, all are in Indravajra. Then meaning Tatparyam. गुरोराज्ञानुसारेण सपत्नीकः दिलीपः सन्त्यर्थं नन्दिनीं सेवितवान्. प्रसन्ना नन्दिनी तस्मै वरं दत्तवती. सा तं तस्य स्वस्य क्षीरं पत्रपुटे दुग्ध्वा उपभुङ्क्ष्व इति आदिष्टवती. प्रसन्नः दिलीपः गुरोर् अनुमतिं प्राप्य वत्सपीतहुतावशेषं क्षीरं पीतवान्. परदिने गुरुवसिष्ठः प्रस्थानकालोचितं शुभाशीर्वादं दत्त्वा सुदक्षिणादिलीपौ अयोध्यां प्रति प्रेषयामास. Meaning, Bhagini, English you. I'll read this or you will. Bhagini? Raja Dilipa, along with his wife Sudakshina, had served the cow Nandini, sacred cow Nandini, as per his Guru Vasishta's advice. Nandini was happy with his service and granted him a boon, and also asked him to drink her milk. Dilipa, with the permission of his Guru, drinks the milk which remains after having been offered to the calf in the yagna. The next day in the morning, Vasishta Muni offers the benediction for the journey on Dilipa and Sudakshina at the time of departure and asks them to start their journey towards their own capital, Ayodhya. Dhanyavada, Bhagini.
Bahu Uttamam Bhagini. Sorry, I forgot I was on mute. I kept telling read, but I forgot I was on mute. Very nice, very well written and very well done. Bahu Uttamam. So, yeah. So only one thing I wanted to let you know was about the word Dampati. So Dampati is, you want to say?
No, Bhagini, if it's Dampati or Dampati, Bhagini, what I am.
Dampati, no, what I wanted to say is Jaya cha Pati. So that will be Dampati. Okay, Jaya, when it is combined with Dam, the Ja becomes, it becomes Dam. Ja becomes Dam, so it forms Dampati, and Dampati is Ekavachana and Pullinga. Okay, so remember that Jaya cha Pati cha, it becomes Dampati, and it is a Pullinga and it is Ekavachana.
Pullinga.
Okay, that is only the special thing about the words. That's why I wanted to. Very well done.
When you say Dampati, you may mean two, isn't it?
Yes,
Dampati.
we mean two, the husband and wife. That is why I said Jaya cha Pati. Jaya is what? Bharya, wife. Pati is husband. But when they combine, Ja changes to Da. So it becomes Dampati, and that is treated as Ekavachana and it is Pullinga. Okay?
Oh, even though it is two, it is treated as Ekavachana.
Correct. And even though there is a Strilinga, Patni attached, it is still treated as Pullinga. Okay?
Pati, that is Jivachana, no? Bhagini?
Dampati will be Ekavachana, Pullinga.
Okay, but Dampati will be in Okay, Bhagini.
Dhanyavada,
This
Bhagini.
No, Bhagini? Itaretara Dvandva, sir? Does it come?
I don't think so, because it is, I think, like Pitarau. One of them is, no, I am not too sure if because, not Itaretara, because both are there, but Ja is changing to Da. I don't know what Samasa. I can look it up for you. Okay.
Because I was reading
maybe Itaretara, because Jaya cha Paticha, maybe there is a sutra that changes Ja to Da. Okay, maybe it is Itaretara only.
Even I don't know, but I'm asking you.
Yeah. I just, Dampati, when you said it just occurred to me, so I told. I have not looked into, I guess it is Itaratira only. Okay. Yeah.
Bhagini, even that Yatokta Vrataparana ante, it is a big compound samasa, no,
Yes,
Bhagini?
Yata, Ukta, and all that.
That first one, Shakti, only that I could. Shakti Anatikram, yeah, Yuktam Anatikram, it comes like that, no?
Yatokta Vrata Paranante, that one.
That Yata, it comes.
Yata Ukta, Yatokta, Yatoktasya Vrata. Yatoktasya Vratasya Parana. Tasyaha Ante. Parana is Strilinga, so Tasyaha Ante. I think it will be like that.
Okay, Bhagini.
Okay, next person.
Okay, Bhagini.
Yes, Aditushnaha, sun. You are adding that sun, isn't it?
I think I told you that 3 or 4 times. Yeah.
Okay.
I think I should say, okay, having the thirst for. I've explained that sun also. Maybe you were not there in the class.
Okay.
Listen to the recording. Where the sun is there, it will only show you that continuous thing. Having, being, like that.
That is what.
Having the thirst. Having. Yeah. It is the Shatra Pratyaya of, who can say? Which dhatu?
Sat.
As dhatu.
Yeah, as dhatu. Yeah. Next person, please.
So sun is only having added.
Mridula Bhagini.
Yes. Can you allow me to share, ma'am?
I will mute. Yeah, you can share.
Sorry to ask you, madam. You explain now. Sun, what you said exactly?
Mahodaya, kindly go to the recording. Last class
No,
I've
I
done.
definitely go through. Just 1 minute, you can clear it to me. Sun directly.
Anybody else who wants to tell? Maybe I may not. Who wants to explain fast?
Shall I try, Mani?
Please.
Vishwanath.
As dhatu, we are familiar with asti, staha, santi.
Yes.
So for as dhatu, this shatru pratyaya rupa. As is being. So sun is a shatru pratyaya rupa. So it is continuous form of being.
Oh. In this case, how it comes this sun?
Being thirsty to drink that.
Being
thirsty. Ati Trishna Hasan. Trishna means what? Thirsty. Ati Trishna, extremely thirsty. Feeling the need of it. In that sense. He wanted to drink. So
being extremely thirsty.
Yeah, Srivatsa Mahodaya, you want to say something? Okay, go ahead, Bhagini. Start.
Okay. नमस्सर्वेभ्यः मम नाम मृदुला इदानीं रघुवंशस्य द्वितीयसर्गस्य 1सप्ततिः श्लोकस्य विवरणं कर्तुम् इच्छामि श्लोक प्रदक्षिणीकृत्य हुतं हुताशम् अनन्तरं भर्तुररुन्धतीं च धेनुं सवत्सां च नृपप्रतस्ते सन्मङ्गलोदग्रतरप्रभावः पदच्छेदः प्रदक्षिणीकृत्य हुतं हुताशम् अनन्तरं भर्तुः अरुन्धतीं च धेनुं सवत्सां च नृपः प्रतस्ते सन्मङ्गलोदग्रतरप्रभावः इदानीं हुतं हुताशम् अनन्तरम् अरुन्धतीं धेनुं सवत्सां अनुस्वारसन्धि अस्ति भर्तुः प्लस अरुन्धतीं भर्तुररुन्धतीं विसर्गस्य रेफः अन्वयः नृपः हुतं हुताशं भर्तुः अनन्तरम् अरुन्धतीं च सवत्सां धेनुं च प्रदक्षिणीकृत्य सन्मङ्गलोदग्रतरप्रभावः सन्ततस्ते. अन्वयार्थः नृपः दिलीपराजः हुतं हुताशं तर्पितम् अग्निं भर्तुः अनन्तरं स्वामिनः वसिष्ठस्य प्रदक्षिणानन्तरम् अरुन्धतीं च वसिष्ठपत्नीं च सवत्सां धेनुं च वत्सेन सह वर्तमानां नन्दिनी धेनुं च प्रदक्षिणीकृत्य परिक्रम्य सन्मङ्गलोदग्रतरप्रभावः सन् मङ्गलाचारैः विवृद्धतेजः सन्प्रतस्ते उपक्रान्तवान्. पदविवरणं नृपः नृन् पाति इति नृपः सवत्सां वत्सेन सह विद्यमाना सवत्सा ताम् प्रदक्षिणीकृत्य प्रदक्षिणं has pragato dakshinam pradhisamasa प्रदक्षिणीकृत्य अप्रदक्षिणं प्रदक्षिणं सम्पद्यमानं कृत्वा प्रदक्षिणीकृत्य गतिसमास सन्मङ्गलोदग्रतरप्रभावः सन्मङ्गल सत्मङ्गलम् और सन्ति मङ्गलानि सन्मङ्गलानि. उदग्रतरः is अतिशयेन उदग्रः. सन्मङ्गलोदग्रतरप्रभावः is again samasa. सन्मङ्गलैः उदग्रतरः सन्मङ्गलोदग्रतरः. then सन्मङ्गलोदग्रतरः प्रभावः यस्य सः सन्मङ्गलोदग्रतरप्रभावः. बहुव्रीहि सन्ति. Word meaning Nripaha, the king, Pradakshini-kritya, after circumambulation, Hutasham, the sacrificial fire, Hutam, one to which offerings have been made, Arundhatim cha and Arundhati, Bhartuhu Anantaram, after Anantaram, her husband Bhartu, Vasishtha, Dhenum cha and the cow Nandini, Savatsam, she who is with her calf, Sanmangaloda Kratara Prabhavaha San, becoming one whose glory Prabhava has been augmented, Udagratara, by auspicious omens or auspicious ceremonies, Sanmangala. Prataste started on his journey. Tatparyam. Apagata Shapaha Diliparajaha Tarpitagnin Gurum Gurupatnin Vatsanvitam Dhenum cha iti etan sarvan kramashah Pradakshina kriyaya pujayitva sadbihi mangalacharaihi samruddha paurushah san ashramatah rajdhanim prati prataste. Then that King Dilipa, whose glory is augmented by performing auspicious ceremonies on circumambulating the blazing ritual fire, in which oblations are offered by his mentor and then to his mentor Vasishtha together with Lady Arundhati, and then to cow Nandini along with her calf, set out on his journey to his capital. Chandaha atra वृत्तम् उपजातिः अस्ति. इन्द्रवज्रा उपेन्द्रवज्रा च वृत्तद्वयमपि अस्ति. त्रिष्टुप् भेदान्तर् भवति. इदानीं प्रथमपादे उपेन्द्रवज्रा, द्वितीयपादे अपि उपेन्द्रवज्रा, तृतीय and चतुर्थपादे इन्द्रवज्रा asti. So it is upajati. I am done, ma'am.
Bahu uttamam, Bhagini. Very well
Thank
done.
you, ma'am.
I'm so happy all of you have done it so well. And if anybody needs it, you can just share these PDFs also. If okay.
Thank you for providing me an opportunity, madam.
No, thanks a lot. It's okay. I'm so happy that all of you, came forward. Anyway, one Dhanyavada, Bhagini.
Dhanyavada.
Okay, one thing I wanted to bring it to your notice, everybody's notice was how look at in the previous shloka, they have mentioned that after the vrata there is a parana. So look at the procedure, how they went through it in a very systematic way. After the vrata there is a parana. So Vasishta arranged for all that meal that needs to be taken at the end of the vrata, and then he did a homa for the welfare of all everything. It's conclusion, and then he recited the what do you call for Mangala Shloka, right? Mangala Shloka that is used to at the time of the travel, like how we wish safe travels now, happy journey, bon voyage, and all. He would do it in a benediction form. He would pray for them for to have a safe journey, and then they started their journey. And now look at Kavi is giving emphasizing on all this. So it is done in a very systematic way. And now he's going, he is circumambulating, that is doing pradakshina. So he's doing pradakshina, and look at the order. First it is Agni, which is the sacrificial fire that was there. We treat that very sacred, right? And we have given the servings and all to the Agni. So we also take that as a prasada. So first Agni, which is treated as God, and then Guru, then his wife, and then Nandini along with her calf. So when I was reading this, I was like remembering, I went back to my olden days when we would go to our grandparents' house. I'm sure all of you would have encountered this. And you know what, like when we are leaving, parents would ask us, okay, go and first go do namaskara to the God. And then in seniority level only, my mom would say, first tata, achi, mama, atte, like that. You can't go and then just haphazardly do somebody. And no, she would say no, right from seniority level. So see, he's emphasized on that procedure here. Very well done. Okay. 1 second. That's all right. Nobody came forward for the next 4 shlokas, and unfortunately for you people, I'll only have to talk. 1 sec. Shruyate kalu mama dhvanihi?
Amam.
Okay. Can anybody please read the tatparya of these 2 shlokas? Just to get the continuity, that's all.
Can I read, ma'am?
Yeah.
In the next early morning, after ordering food suited for the concluding ceremony of the aforesaid fasting vow, that self-controlled sage Vasishta, granting a benediction, blessing, befitting for a travel, dismissed that royal couple to their capital, for the king has completed the said vow of attending the cow and consumed her milk. Next. Then that king Dilipa, whose glory is augmented by performing auspicious ceremonies on circumambulating Pradakshina, the ritual fire that was blazing due to the oblations, religious offerings offered by his mentor, and then to his mentor Vasishta, together with his wife Arundhati, and then to cow Nandini, along with her calf, set out on his journey to his capital.
Dhanyawad. So shloka number 72. I'll just go to the Anvaya part. Dharma patni sahitaha sahishnuhu saha kshotrabhiramadhvanina anuddhata sukhena rathena svena purnena manorathena iva margam yayau. So they have now started the journey. They have got everybody's blessings. They're very happy, extremely happy, because whatever they strived for all these days has been successful. So Dharma Patni Sahitaha, he who is accompanied with his wife, with his virtuous wife. Sahishnu, that means, see, he had to undergo so much difficulties while doing the vrata. The point is that is to be noted is, he is a king. He is not an ordinary person. Or what is that difficulty? No, because he is a king of a very powerful dynasty whose kingdom can be compared to that of Indra. So imagine that kind of king coming to the forest, serving Nandini, changing. Look at the change in his lifestyle. drastic lifestyle changes and he has undergone that. So obviously it is very, very difficult. So Sahishnuhu, who has tolerated all this so very patiently, Saha Dileepaha Shrotrabhiramadhvanina. Dhvanina by the sound of which was very pleasing to the ears. Abhirama, which was very delightful to the ears. What is it? We'll see. Anuddhata Sukena. Anuddhata. Anuddhata means without. Uddhatasya abhavaha. There is no uddhata. What is uddhata? Uddhata is like raised or puffed up. Something. So what is it here? Here we are talking about the marga, how he's going. So there is no ups and downs in the marga. Anuddhata. Uddhata means it would be like something raised, something puffed up and all. So here Anuddhata means no raise. There is like everything is nice, and that is why Anuddhata Sukhena, comfortable. By the absence of jolting. That is, there is no, not bumpy, just comfortably rathena, in that ratha, which is Anuddhata Sukhena rathena, in that ratha, Sandena, you can say, in that ratha, Svena Purnena Manorathena Iva. Margam Papau. He went along that road. Papau is, sorry, Yayau is went. He traveled on that marga, which is without any obstruction. It was very comfortable in the chariot. How it is compared to Svena Purnena Manorathena. Svena, his own. Vijayena, Swakiyena, Purnena, Sapalena, which was crowned with success, which has been successful. Manorathena, Abhilashena, his ambition. So his ambition has been successful, right? Whatever he desired, he has achieved it. So he is now this Ratha is being compared to Manoratha. So he is traveling in the chariot, which is comfortable, which is not bumpy and all, and whose sound, the ratha, when it travels, is making that sound. It is very pleasing to him now, because now when your manas is happy, everything around seems very pleasant and delightful, right? So this sound made by the ratha is very pleasing. That kind of a ratha which is making pleasing sound to the ears and which is not at all bumpy, that kind of a marga he is traveling, and that is being compared to his manoratha. So it is as if he is traveling on his manoratha, as if he is traveling on his ambition. So accompanied by his virtuous wife Sudakshina, King Dilipa, who possessed the patience of endurance, who tolerated, who patiently faced all the difficulties that he had to go through, went on his way, went on the marga in a chariot whose sound was delightful to the ears. Now it is pleasing to the ears, and because of the absence of jolting, it was comfortable also. So it appeared as if the chariot was his own completely fulfilled desire. The chariot is being compared to his manoratha. So here, what is it? Ratha and Manoratha are compared. Now let's talk about the two adjectives, Dhvani and Anuddhata, right? So Dhvani here is for direct, Ratha it is direct, the sound made by the chariot. But if you take Manoratha, it is the Dhvani of Nandini. Nandini's words of promise, right? That was pleasing. That is, here also the chariot's voice is pleasing. There also, Nandi, if you take it as Manoratha, Nandini's voice was pleasing. Anuddhata Sukhena, here there is no bumpy ride. That is why it is comfortable. There, if you take it as Manoratha, everything was fulfilled. So that is, it was very pleasing. It was successful. So here it is being beautifully compared, his Manora. So what is there to say is, once there is success, no, when we are successful, then everything around you seems very good, right? Seems very beautiful and comfortable. We choose not to see the negative things, right? So also when you are happy or you have achieved what you want, the fatigue or the tiredness, it's all gone. It will just vanish. You feel that freshness, you have something new in you. And once you have accomplished something that you have struggled for, the more you struggle, the more happiness you derive from it. That is how it goes. So I believe in Kumara Sambhava, Kalidasa has said one thing like, क्लेशः फलेन हि पुनर्नवतां vitarte. That means Parvati, she's doing tapas. Now we have read that story. Parvati's tapas is so difficult. She goes through all the seasons. She's standing on one leg. She's forsaken her food. She's eating only parna and all that, right? So it is very, very difficult. But then once Shiva accepts her, all the difficulty is gone. Kleshena, if the difficulty with where there is the difficulty, if it is once yielded, if it is successful, it creates novelty. It creates the freshness in us. That is what it says. Can anybody read this?
Shall I read it?
Yeah.
There are.
No, one of you, please.
Please read.
Okay. Thereafter, the self-possessed King Dilipa travelled on the return path along with his Dharmapatni wife in a chariot whose sound is pleasant to listening, and the journey was not so bumpy as if he is being by his own, as transported by his own fulfilled desires.
Okay. So next sloka 73. Adarsanena ahitautsukyam prajartha vratakarshitangam navodayam prajaha truptim anapnuvadbihi netraihi aushadinam natham ivatam pappuhu. So here now they have traveled and they have enjoyed the journey. They have been very, very happy along the journey. Now they have reached the capital. So what has happened here is, now Dilipa had, before going, had given everything to the responsibility of ministers. So what first Sarga, he tells about how Dilipa was able king, all that, his glory and all that. And in the end, he will say, towards the end, he'll say that the only problem he had was he did not have progeny, right? So that with that intention to know the reason behind it, he started to go. He set his journey towards the ashrama just to know. So he never knew what could be the remedy, how long he would be there, and blah, blah, and all that. So he just asked his minister to take care of the kingdom, and he's gone now to the ashram. And there only he comes to know that he needs to serve Nandini. So he had to stay in the ashram. Everything was like, no, he didn't know. He was not aware. So imagine the plight of the subjects. The subjects here, it is their beloved favorite king. He has gone there, but he has not come back for a very, very long time, which was not expected at all. They never knew. When they thought, okay, he's gone, he'll come back, but then he's there for weeks. So this is describing the plight of his subjects, because he's such a ruler that he is loved by everybody. So adarshanena, not to be seen, absence. Chirakalat adarshanena, that means due to the absence for a long time. Ahitautsukyam, that means what is it? Ahitam autsukyam tena, that means the one who has generated the longingness in the subjects. Okay, this is Dilipa. So he has generated the desire in his subjects. How? By the long absence, adarshanena. Because of his long absence, he has generated in his subjects, he has created that longingness, that eagerness in the subjects to see him. So that kind of Dilipa, that Dilipam, Prajartha Vratakashitangam. So now what has happened? They are seeing the king after a long time. Now what has happened to the king? Prajartha Vrata. Why? We now know that he was doing the Vrata because of the Praja. For the Praja Kanksha, in order to get a Tena Kashitam, because of that Vrata, Kashitam Mangam Yasyasaha, he has become so weak. Obviously, I told you he's a king. There's a lifestyle change, and it has gone for a long time, weeks. So his body was emaciated. That means it has become abnormally thin or weak. They had not expected this at all. So that kind of Dilipam, Navodayam. At the same time, see here he talks about Karshitangam. He has become very weak and thin and all that. At the same time, Navodayam. Navaniva bhavam. That means Navoditam. That means Navaha Avayaha Abhyudaha Yasyasaha. That means who has attained a fresh prosperity. We all know why. Okay, he's very happy. He has lost, I mean, his physical, he's looking physically weak, but at the same time, there is a freshness in him also. Why? Because he's so happy. There is a freshness. As I told you, that all that klesha became, negligible when compared to the success that he got for the vrata. Now, prajaha, what is this? All this is dilipam. What is this? That kind of dilipam. Prajaha papuhu. The citizens saw Dilipa, who had become thin, who had created in them the longingness to see him, and who has also has this obtained this fresh prosperity. That kind of Dilipam they are seeing. But how? Truptim ananuvadbihi netraihi. That means they are not even satisfied about their side. They are not able to attain the satisfaction, to get the satisfaction. That kind of netraihi, that kind of chakshubihi, they are papuhu, they dadarsha, dadrusha. That means here also papuhu is padatu. Here it is like drinking. We saw this usage there also with Sudakshina. Remember? So that when he first entire day is described, when he comes back, Sudakshina drank him. That means that she was so eager to see him. Similar is a situation of the citizens. They are also like looking at him so like what do you say, with love and expectancy, that they are, is just as if they are drinking through their eyes. And now here we see Aushadhinam Natham Iva. So this is also being compared to something. What is it? Aushadhinam Natham, the king of the medicines. That is who? Moon. So here he is being compared to moon. So Papu, who is looking longingly. So what is this? This is upon reaching his capital, the subject saw him. That is Dilipa, who has created the longingness in him to see him. Why? Because of his long absence, and whose body has become lean owing to the tough vow, to the vrata that he had to do for the progeny. They looked at such a Dilipa longingly, like they drank him with their eyes, which was not getting satisfied at all. They wanted to see and more of him. That is the thing, that they had missed him so much. They wanted to keep on looking at him. So king is being compared to moon. So let's see at the adjectives. Here it says Navodayam. That means he has obtained a fresh prosperity. When it is applied to the moon, it is like the waxing moon. What is a waxing moon? Which grows in size. Okay, so this also generates the utsukata to see the moon. It is day by day, it's becoming beautiful, right? We will always want to see the growing moon. So here Navodayam, this one who has been energized, Dilipa, and the waxing moon, and Kashitangam, the one who has emaciated. That means he has lost a lot of weight and become very thin because of the vrata. And this is denoting the waning phase of the moon. That is where it is diminishing or decreasing in size. And I believe there is a story which says that moon is emaciated, or it is diminishing or waning because of he also has to undergo a vrata to satisfy the gods, I believe. I mean, this is what I read in one of the things, because gods, mains, and men, they're all supposed to be drinking the moon's nectar. So once, that is why he becomes krusha, and then he again accumulates it. Again, it goes on. So in order to satisfy the gods, he gets krusha. So this is what is being compared. Okay. And also one more thing. Why is it Aushadhinam? There is one proven thing that the moon has its effect on plant. Okay, during full moon, I believe the sap, that is the water through the plants, flows more strongly and abundantly. But whereas in the waning phase, it will affect the water. That means it is slower. So as the moonlight increases, it also stimulates the leaf growth, I believe. This is science, okay? And as the moonlight decreases, it puts energy into the roots. So, see, so beautifully we have already called moon as Aushadinam Natham. So we knew that moon has its effect on the plants. Okay.
Astu
Someone,
Madhu.
what's that?
No, I was not knowing this, Madhu.
Okay.
It's a
Okay.
new thing. Astu Madhu.
Bhagini, read this English part.
I will read, madam.
Bhagini?
I'll read.
Shaila Ramachandra Bhagini.
Or
Shamala Bhagini, prepare.
Madhu.
Okay. Read the English part, Bhagini.
Astu Madhu. Ek nimisha. Oh, it's gone over.
Shriyate.
Madhu. Thereafter, on his entry.
No, read both. I don't know if this was read. Was this read?
Astu Madhu. Thereafter, that self-possessed king Dilipa traveled on the return path along with his Dharma Patni wife in a chariot whose sound is pleasant to listening, and the journey was not so bumpy, as if he is being he is being transported by his own fulfilled desires. Wow, wonderful. On his entry into capital, his subjects so far made eager by having had no view of him in all these days, within bracket, moon in, one sec, ma'am. Oh, moon in black fortnight. So pages like that, ma'am. A moon in black fortnight. That is called what, ma'am? Moon in black. Amavasya. Oh, Dhanyavada Madhe. Moon in black fortnight. They at present became enthusiastic to see him entering the city. Moon entering into the Purnima. Oh, Valarpirai. Astu Madhe. Yet seeing him with weakened limbs, weak limbs, owing to the vow he undertook for progeny, moon waning in Amavasya. Oh, okay. Those subjects of his swilled him with their eyes alone. Newborn moon is on his re-emergence.
Dhanyavada, Bhagini.
Dhanyavada, Madhe. Dhanyavada. Once again I read, I understood, ma'am.
Okay. That is being compared to moon, the phases of moon, and how he has both the characters. He has become thin also, but he also has that new glow on his face. That is because of that. She is showing freshness also. Okay.
Astu Madhe. Ma'am. Dhanyavada.
Next one, 74th shloka. Purandara Shrihi Saha Pauraihi Abhinandyamanaha Utpatakam Puram Pravishya Bhujangendra Samanasare Bhuje Bhuyaha Bhume Heduram Asasanja. So what now? Hope you're all picturizing it. Subjects are happy. He is happy, though he is lost. I mean, there's a difference in his physical appearance. Subjects are very keen to have him, so he has entered the city. So now, Purandara Shrihi. Purandara is Indra. Puraha Darayati iti Purandaraha. That means the destroyers of the cities of demons, I believe, is Indra. So Purandarasya Shrihi iva Shrihi. That means the one who has the splendor like that of Indra. Dilipa being compared to Dilipa's splendor is being compared to that of Indra here. So Dilipaha, Purandara Shrihi means Dilipaha, Saha Dilipaha, Pauraihi. by the citizens. Paurahi, we know that Puravasi bihi, that means who are citizens, are staying in the city, people of the city. Nagarikaihi. Okay, why Nagarikaihi? Note that he has entered the capital city. Okay, so Nagarikaihi abhinandhyamanaha. Abhinanditaha jayamanaha. That means he has been greeted with acclamations. They are so happy to receive him. They are doing all the jaikara to him. They want him. It's been a long time since they saw him, so they are doing all these jaikaras there, where they are greeting him with acclamations. Utpatakam puram. Utpatakam, that means udgataha patakaha yasmin tat puram, where the flags are being hoisted. That kind of a puram, that kind of a city. Pravishya, having entered the city where the flags were hoisted, and who? Purandara Shri Saha. Dilipa having entered that city where the flags were hoisted, and he is being greeted with great acclamations. What did he do? Bhujagendra Samana Sare Bhuje. Bhuje. On his shoulders, Bhujagendra Samana Sare. Bhujaga is what? Bhujagendra is Adishesha. Adishesha Samana Sare. Sara is strength. So, whose strength, on the Bhuja, on his shoulder, whose strength can be compared to that of the Adishesha. So, his strength had that much of power. What did he do? Bhuyaha, again, Bhumehe, Prithivyaha, of the earth, Dhuram, Bharam, Asasanja, Stapitavan, or took it. He placed it. He placed what? He placed Bhumehe Duram, the weight of the earth, where on the Bhuja. What kind of Bhuja? Bhujagendra Samana Sare Bhuje. On his shoulders, whose strength is equal to that of the Adishesha, who's comparable to that of Adishesha. What did he put? He put the weight or the yoke of the earth. So, what does it actually mean? He took back the responsibility of governing the earth, governing his kingdom. So, he came back. He was actually very welcomed by his subject. They were praising, they were shouting, praising slogans on about him, and then he's his splendor, the Dilipa, whose splendor is compared to that of Indra. He enters the city where the flags are hoisted, and now he's back to the city. He took up the responsibility on his shoulder, which again, because he had given it to the ministers, he had given the entire thing to the ministers, he has taken it back from the ministers again, and he has taken the responsibility. That means he has taken the burden of the weight of the kingdom, which was till now done by his ministers. So, because at the end of the first sarga, we know that he had handed over the responsibility to his ministers. Now that he has entered the kingdom, now that everybody is receiving him and very happy, everybody is happy, there's a kind of happy ending. He is now ready to take back that responsibility more enthusiastically. Why? Because there is that freshness and newness in him built. Because we all know why. Okay, somebody please read this.
I will read, madam.
Yeah.
Whose prosperity is akin to that of town destroying Indra's glory, entered into city where flags are flying high, where citizens are extolling him that high, and then that King Dilipa once more took up the burden of his kingdom onto his shoulders that are similar in strength to the hoods of the Lord of Serpents, Adishesha, that bears the burden of whole globe on his hoods.
Dhanyawad. Mute Bhavatu. This is the last shloka. So, Atha Atra Nayana Samuttaha Atraha Atrehe, I think. sorry, I think there's a mistake. Atrehe nayana samuttam jyotihi dyoho iva vahni nishtyutam aisham tejo surasarit iva narapati kula bhutyai ragni gurubihi lokapalanubhavaihi abhinivishtam garbham adatta atha. In due course of time, kalanantaram, what happened kalanantaram? Dhyoho, the sky, atraihi, it is atraihi. One second, where is it? Atrehe, sorry, not Atrehe, here. There's a mistake. Jyotiratreiriva, Atrehe iva. So Atrehe, Atri Munehe, of sage Atri. Atri is the, what is it, Manasaputra of Brahma, right? So Atri Munehe, Nayana Samuttam, Netrat Udbrutam, Nayanoha Samuttam, that means which sprang from the eyes. Utpannam bhavati, that is which sprang from the eyes of Atri. What? Jyotihi. Jyotihi is tejaha. The tear, it is said tears. It's not just ordinary tears, it is the luminary tears. Dyoho akashaha eva. So what does this mean? Atraihi nayana samuttam jyotihi dyoho eva. So something is being compared to here, Ragni. Okay, what is it? Atraihi, the story of moon's birth from the tears of sage Atri. So I believe, I don't know much about the actual story. So it is believed that the moon has been originated from the Atri Muni's tears, which is so luminous. It is a luminary that came out of Atri Muni's eyes, and it was thrown to the Akasha. It went to the Akasha, and Akasha took care of it. So Akasha bore it. So Akasha bore the moon, okay, which sprang from the Atri Muni's eyes. One, that is one. Vahni nishtyutam aisham tejo surasarit iva. So this is the second comparison. Surasarit is Ganga. Vahni nishtyutam agnina tyaktam. Agnina nishtyutam, that is Agnina nikshiptam. We know this at Kumara Sambhava. This is the this deposited by Agni. Agnina, what? Aisham tejaha. Aisham. Who can say what it is? Aisham. You know this.
Ishvarasya.
Ishasya.
Ishas.
Good. Tatita. So that is of Shiva. Tejaha. Tejaha is the power. Surasarit Ganga. So what was done? The Agni took that tejas of Shiva and put it in Ganga. Remember, we read that in Kumara Sambhava. So it is like, and who took care of that? Ganga. So how Ganga bore the tejas of Shiva, which was deposited in her by Agni, and how Akasha bore the Nayana Samuttam, the luminous tear that was dropped by Atri Muni, like that, Ragnihi Garbham Adatta. She also bore the pregnancy. She also bore the fetus. Now let's see what kind of fetus. Naraputi Kula Bhutyai. For what? For the prosperity of the king's race. Narapatehe kulasya bhutyai. For the prosperity of the Dilipa's dynasty. Dilipasya vamsha kula vrudyai. Gurubihi lokapalanubhavaihi abhinivishtam. Abhivinishtam is charged with, surcharged with, blessed with, given the powers by who? Gurubihi, all great people, Shrestaihi, Mahatbihi, Lokapalanubhavaihi, all the guardians of the quarters. Indra, Agni, Yama, we know all those main people. Indradi Devanam Tejamsi. Taihi, charged. That means they are all surcharged. What is surcharged? That Garbham, that fetus, that pregnancy. So, Ragni, Sudakshana, mute bhavantu, sarve kripaya. Ragni bore the pregnancy, bore that fetus, which was surcharged or charged with or blessed with, given the powers by who? All the guardians of the quarters, all the Guru Bihi, Shrestaihi, great people, for what? For the prosperity of the king's dynasty. Now that is compared to two people. So queen has the pregnancy surcharged with great powers of the guardians of the world for the welfare of the king's race, just as the sky bore the luminary sprung from the eyes of Atri Muni, and the celestial river Ganga bore the energy of Shiva deposited by Agni. So, what is Sudakshana being compared to? She is being compared to sky, because sky was the one which bore moon. Okay, and she is also being compared to Ganga. Why? Because she was the one who bore the Skanda. Skanda was there, right? So, she is being compared to sky and Ganga. That will imply her purity. And sources of Tejas is Dilipa. Now he is being compared to Atri Muni, because that is a source for the moon. Moon is believed to be dropped from Atri Muni's tears. So he is being compared to Atri and Shiva himself. So it suggests the greatness of Dilipa as a Rajarshi. He's not just a Raja, he's a Rajarshi. Then the pregnancy, that is the Brunam, that is the fetus, is being compared to what? Moon and Skanda himself. So, such great people can only give birth to such a heroic son like Raghu. So, that is right at the fetus stage itself, it is, Kavi is giving us a clue that he is going to be such a heroic man. So, and I have not read, but then the mention of Raghu, I believe it goes till the 8th Sarga. 8th Sarga, see, from it starts here, though it doesn't say much about it. The fetus mention is here in 2nd Sarga. It goes up to the 8th Sarga. And so this is, some believe that this could also be the reason why he named his Kavya Raghu Amsha, because Raghu has been explained elaborately. Okay, somebody please read.
Vadamiva. I will read. Then Queen Sudakshina became pregnant with the fetus for the prosperity of the dynasty of King Dilipa, just as the sky holds the cool luminary, the moon, which is believed to have emerged from the eye water of sage Atri. Just as Ganga, once for some time, held in her womb-like stream an embryo issued forth by Shiva and deposited therein by fire god Agni, because it is the uncontainable and blazing embryo of Kartikeya. That newborn is endowed with the qualities of rulership of Lokapalas, lords of different quarters of the sky. Dhanyavad.
Dhanyavada, Bhagini. So with this, we come to the end of my class. We come to the end of Kovita portions, and we come to the end of Sai Samskrita Shala portions as such. So I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Sarve bhavantu
Sarve
santu niramayaha, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. All the best for your exams.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಮಹೋದಯ.
Good luck
to all the participants.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಮಹೋದಯ.
All the best.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಲಲಿತಾ ಭಗಿನಿ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ರಾಜರಾಜೇಶ್ವರಿ ಭಗಿನಿ, ರಾಜಲಕ್ಷ್ಮಿ